Hello everyone. Today I am going to share with you one Kubernetes Certificate Administrator exam storage question answer practice test. I will going to perform total 19 question. I will try to answer those questions. These all 19 questions would be related to the storage. In Kubernetes Administrator exam, storage is very important topic. The first question, it asking, we have deployed a pod. Inspect the pod and wait for it to start running. Now I will list all running pod using command kubectl get pod. I can see one pod named web app is running. So let's see if it is running from a deployment or not. No, it is not running from any deployment. Now I am clicking OK to check next question. Next question, the application storage logs at location log app log. View the log. To run any command inside a pod container, I need to use exec command. The command would be kubectl exec web app hyphen cat /log /app.log. You can see now logs are printing. There is another way to get shell prompt inside the container, so I need to use the /bin/sh, so it will prompt for the sh command, sh prompt. So I can go inside the log folder using the cd/log folder. I can check if the log file are generating or not. Yes, we can see the log file are generating, and I can cat and I can see the log. Now clicking the OK. So next question is, if the pod was to get deleted now, would you be able to view the logs? So if it is deleted, then we can't see the log. Next question, configure a volume to store those logs at var/log/web app folder on the host. So we need to configure such a way the log should be persist after deleting the pods. So for that we might need to create one volume configuration, and we need to mount the volume with our pod. So let's see how I can configure that. Now I will fetch pod web app YML configuration and store web app-pod file using the get pod and option YML. Opening the configuration file with the Vim. Next I will remove the status part because it will not needed right now, and save this file. If we go down in this file, we can see one volume portion, and there are couple of volume are configured already, and we need to add one volume here. So let's search the kubernetes.io documentation how to add volume. In Kubernetes exam, it is allowed to take help from kubernetes.io website only. So I have opened the volume portion, and I can see there is one volume configuration which is possible, that is mtdir, because in mtdir configuration it will create one empty directory in host node, and it will allocate that directory to our pod, and we only need to set the name of the mtdir and the size limit of the mtdir. But if you see the question, it's asking to set the host path so that it store the application log in a particular folder in our node. So in this kind of scenario, we need to use host path based configuration in volume, where we can set the path in our node and we can specify. So let me use that configuration here. Now save the file and delete old web app pod. It is taking some time. Next, creating the container with the web app pod file. Let's see the pod status. It is showing running. Now we will describe the pod configuration. If we scroll up, then we can see we have mounted one log here, and we have a volume configuration in the volume section as well. If it is works perfectly, then we can see the log file inside the node var log web app folder. Yeah, it is present, and if we get the log file, then we can see the log as well. We can do that real-time logging with the tail f command as well. It will print the real-time logs. So it is successed. So we have checked and proceed for the next question. In the next question, ask to create a persistent volume with the given specific configuration. I will copy this configuration and oops, I will create one pv.yml file. We'll paste the copied configuration. In this configuration, we can see the kind is persistent volume. I will replace the name in metadata section. I will put the name as specified. In spec section, as we can see, the specification is required storage 100 MI, access mode, read write many, and reclaim policy retain. We'll copy the remaining configuration from here and paste at that configuration file. Now we will edit the storage value to 100 MI and access mode read write wants to read write many. Now we need to set the host path configuration. You can see in host path it will allow us to mount a file or directory from host file system to pod. Other configuration we can use local. In local we can mount local storage device such as disk and partition or directory to the pod. Local volume can only be used as a statically created persistent volume. Dynamically provisioned persistent volume, we cannot use the local configuration. So we are adding host path configuration in the persistent volume configuration and putting the folder path pv/log, and we need to add the reclaim policy to the configuration, and there is three kind of reclaim policy we can use, but here it is needed to reclaim policy set retain. Creating the pv, yes, it is created. Let's see. Okay, so name pv-log, capacity 1000 mi, access mode read write, and x means many, and reclaim policy set retain, and status is showing available. If we describe, we can see the same configuration, and the path also showing pv/log. If we go in that folder path, we can see. In the next question, it asks to create a persistent volume claim of 50 mi and the access mode read write 1. Now I quickly search the persistent volume claim configuration in the Kubernetes documentation, and here I got the configuration option, and we will copy this portion. This is the mainly portion what is needed, and we will paste the configuration in pvc.yml file, and we will rename the name to asked name. The name is claim-log-1. Access mode, it's asked to set read write once. Volume, we can set either file system or we can remove it will default volume is file system. And the resource request storage, we need to set 50 MB. And let's create the PVC. Yes, it is created. Let's verify is it created successfully or not. In this command I will print PV and PVC same time. We can see the PV which is created earlier and PVC with the name, and status is showing pending, and access mode is not coming. Now I will describe the recently created PVC configuration for detailed view. Still it's showing the status is pending, and the one fail message we can see fail bindings with the persistent volume, because no persistent volume available with this access mode. There is some mismatch is happening between the access mode which we configured in our old PV and the PVC. Let's check the configuration for now. Yeah, it's successful. In the next question, it is asking what is the status of the persistent volume claim. So as we see, the persistent volume claim is showing the status of pending. We can see it again. Yeah, still it is in pending state. Next question, what is the state of the persistent volume? Okay, so persistent volume state is available. So our persistent volume claim, it is not bounded yet. So next question is asking why is the claim not bound to the available persistent volume, and the reason would be access mode mismatch. And next question, it's asked to update the access mode in the PV claim so that it can bound. So the reason our persistent volume claim is not bounded is the access mode of the persistent volume and the access mode of the persistent volume claim are not matching, so it is not bounding. In the persistent volume, we set access mode as a read write many, and in persistent volume claim we set the access mode read write 1. Because of these two different configuration, it is not matching and it is not bounding. So we need to keep it note that we need to configure same access mode for persistent volume claim and the persistent volume where we need to attach. Let's update the access mode to many. Delete the old PVC configuration and recreate the configuration. Now I'll see. Now we can see the persistent volume claim status is bound. We'll check the question. It is correct. In the next question, it's asks you requested for 50 mi. How much capacity now it's available for PVC? And we can see it is allocated the full capacity to the PVC 100 mi. Update the web app port to the persistent volume claim as its storage. So we need to attach the claimed volume to the pod. So I will update the configuration in the web app hyphen pod configuration file. In the volume section, we can see earlier we configured host path, but now we need to add the persistent volume claim. So we need to add persistent volume claim. As suggested in configuration, need to add claim name is claim hyphen log hyphen 1. Now align the proper indentation. We'll save the file, create the pod, we'll describe the pod, we'll verify the persistent volume attached or not. If we scroll up the description, we can see mount point and the volume is type is persistent volume claimed, and the claim name, it is clearly mentioned. So it is completed. Let's check it. In the next question, what is the reclaim policy set on the persistent volume pv.log? So we had configured the reclaim policy. Again, I will get the pv and pvc configuration, where we can see the reclaim policy set retain in persistent volume. Yeah, it is correct. In the next question, what will happen to the PV if PVC was destroyed? We will try to delete the persistent volume, but this command will not complete successfully. It will taking long time, and the status is showing terminating, but it will not success. We can see the web app is still running. If we delete the PVC, then PV will not delete it, but PV is not available as well. We need to select this answer. The next question, try to delete the PVC and notice what will happen. So we already tried to not delete the PVC and it's showing terminating state. In the next question, why the PVC is stuck in the terminating state? The reason, pod is not deleted. Pod is currently running. So first we need to delete the pod. Once pod is deleted, we can see the PVC also gone and the current persistent volume status is released. So this question answer would be the PVC is being used by the pod. Next question, asking for the status of the persistent volume claim. So we know the persistent volume claim is deleted already. And the last question, what is the status of the persistent volume now? And persistent volume released. I hope this question answer and practical session will help you. Please like, share and subscribe my channel to get more this kind of tutorial. And thank you so much for watching this video.